Hey friends, welcome back to this Homeschooling Naturopath. Come along with me today while I have a big reset of our homeschooling space. Out with the old, in with the new. Here I'm taking down all of our ocean artwork from our Gather Round Ocean unit that we did in Term 1 and making space for the new artwork we'll be hanging up in Term 2. We had such a beautiful time making all of this amazing ocean-themed artwork this term, but I am definitely looking forward to a change. And now moving on to my morning cart. I'm going to be the first to admit that this cart most definitely got a little bit out of hand this term. The amount of ocean-themed things I had in this top shelf was pretty ridiculous, and to be completely honest, we didn't even make it through half of those books. The most difficult thing I find when it is time for a reset is to figure out where all of this stuff now belongs. I took it all from somewhere when I put my morning cart together at the start of this term, but now I have no idea where this stuff is supposed to go, so you just make it work, make stuff fit where you can. And while I was doing that, at the same time, I was pulling out books that will go along with our new science and history units. I sort of have this shelf organized so that the easy early readers are up the top, and then in the corner there we have all of our Geronimo Stilton books, sort of easier to read chapter books. As for the whole middle shelf, these are very much like easy to read chapter books as well that my oldest daughter can just grab when she feels like it. And then down the bottom, I've got a mixture of coloring books and some harder chapter books that just kind of live on this shelf. Now, like I mentioned before, while I am putting all of our ocean and ancient history books away, I am pulling out the new books that will go along with our new science and our new history units. You may have noticed a bit of a theme here going on with the books that I was pulling off of our shelves. A lot of Viking books, a lot of medieval times themed books, and the reason why is because we are headed into Story of the World Volume 2, and I cannot wait. For world history this term, we are going to be focusing on the Middle Ages, Story of the World Volume 2. For science, we're going to be focusing on Living Off the Land by Gather Round Homeschool. And then for art history, we're going to be continuing Gather Round's Artists Unit. So now I have sorted all of the books and everything into little piles, and now I am putting them on the shelf in the area that they belong in. If you have ever had a chance to look through Gather Round's Living Off the Land unit, you may be wondering why I have decided that this is going to be our science unit, because it is very history heavy as well. And the absolute main answer is because it is the unit my children wanted to do. They are so interested in learning how to grow their own food and build their own shelter, and that was the unit they chose. And so I am here for it. I've got these beautiful little life cycle discs here. These I actually bought back when we did farming and food from Gather Round this time last year. And there you have it, our new morning cart all set up for term 2. I have added my Mozart study in here. Believe it or not, that Mozart study was in our morning basket all of last term, and I did not open that guy once. Here are the books that I have chosen from our personal library to go along with Story of the World Volume 2. And then our science. Our Living Off the Land units are in here, my teacher's guide, as well as my girls' workbooks, and then the readers and read-alouds that I've chosen to go along with that unit. And then finally, the last thing I'm doing here is getting our morning basket ready. I do differentiate between my morning basket and my morning cart. The things that I keep here in our morning basket are the things that I will rotate through our morning times every day. I'll choose 2 or 3 things out of this basket to either read or play. My girls love poems, we love the card games, all of that. I also keep my read alouds in this basket as well, whereas my morning cart is pretty specific to our group subjects. Although, as you can see, my read alouds are also quite specific to our group subjects. And there is our new morning basket for term 2. Thank you guys so much for joining.